Welcome to the Miami County Courthouse virtual field trip. Let's start this field trip by first understanding how Miami County came into existence. In January of 1807, the Ohio legislature authorized the withdrawal of the Miami County territory from Montgomery County. In April of that same year, Miami County became the 22nd county in the state of Ohio. It was much larger than it is today, as its boundaries extended west to what is now Darke County and north into what is now Shelby County. The present-day boundaries were determined in 1819. Let's explore the history of the Miami County Courthouse. In 1807, the first regular court term, with only 4 cases docketed, was held in the home of Peter Felix, who was paid $3 for each term of the court. In 1808, it was ordered that the courts be held in the upstairs of Benjamin Overfield's Tavern until a courthouse could be built. The 4th courthouse was located on the south portion of the public square, and the 5th courthouse was built in 1841 on West Main Street between Plum and Cherry Streets. There were 6 rooms downstairs and the courtroom plus a small room on the 2nd floor. The bell from this building is on display in our current courthouse. The Miami Spride Courthouse was started in 1885. The 85-foot cast-iron center dome of this courthouse was modeled after the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. The center dome and corner domes were completed in 1887, making this one of the few 5-domed courthouses in Ohio. The courthouse was completed in January of 1888 at a cost of approximately $400,000. That was a pretty high price at that time, with labor wages for the construction workers only 40 cents per hour. Let's take a look at the outside of the Miami County Courthouse in more detail. At the top of the courthouse are symbolic statues that represent what was most important to Miami County in 1888. The statues were made by hammering sheet copper into molds to produce finely detailed figures. The center statue is Lady Justice. She is blindfolded since justice is blind. This means that justice is impartial and objective. Lady Justice also carries the sword of truth and scales of justice, which are always balanced. 6 of the 7 statues are women, with the exception of the kneeling man in the education trio. Education represents the classical Greek and Latin education, with the center lady raising the books of knowledge over her head and the man carrying the lion in his hand, a symbol of Greek education. The agriculture statue faces west and carries a sheaf of wheat and a scythe. The transportation statue looks east and carries a small locomotive. She is surrounded by baggage and shipping crates. The industry statue faces the north and carries a wrench and stands by a lathe that resembles a treadle sewing machine. Over 20 years ago, the county commissioners were faced with the problem of extreme overcrowding within the courthouse, with many makeshift offices and cubicles. A new 3-story office building was completed, which is now known as the Safety Building. A renovation to the courthouse plaza was completed in 2020 to address several issues. The underground tunnels that we referred to earlier were collapsing. 2 of the plaza fountains were leaking, and the small steps across the plaza were deteriorating and causing trip hazards. Some of the new plaza's features include enhanced lighting for security, beautiful night lighting, and a new fountain and seating around the plaza that uses the original stones from the 1850s jail. Now let's explore the inside of the historic Miami County Courthouse. As you enter the courthouse through one of the ground floor doors, you are standing in Grange Hall. This was where town meetings were held when the 300 portable chairs were in place. This area was planned for political and other types of meetings. One notable event that took place here was the election of 2 women, Elmira Childs Green and Hannah Smith Kagan, to the Troy School Board in 1896. Today, the Grange Hall display cases feature items of interest from the last restorations. The bell located in the center rotunda is from the 1841 courthouse. The only remaining original fireplace mantel is located on this floor in the southeast corner office. It is marble and probably not as ornate as the ones that would have been found on the upper floors. When the courthouse was built in 1885, they initially planned on putting in an elevator, but many citizens were outraged at the courthouse budget. Therefore, they decided to only include the shaft at that time. The hand-operated elevator was initially installed around 1900 by the Wayne Elevator Company of Cincinnati, and until the fall of 1997 was one of the last hand-operated elevators in Ohio. Dover Elevator Company from Cincinnati replaced the old elevator with the new automatic one. When they were removing the old elevator, they discovered a 500-pound stone at the bottom of the shaft. The new elevator is controlled by hydraulics, unlike the 50 feet of cable cords used to make the old elevator go up and down. Let's take a look at the stairwell to the second floor. Note the golden oak finish on the handrails, but don't be fooled. The only wood on the stairways is the handrail. The finials, steps, end posts, and stair posts are all made from cast iron. The stairways reflect the high Victorian architectural and decorative style, as well as the belief that this courthouse be made of the best quality materials available at that time. On the second floor, take a look at the tall doors. What appears to be intricate carving is actually hand-tooled leather, much like a fancy Western belt. The glass area over the door is called a transom. Notice that throughout the courthouse, they are hand-painted with the original office names. If you look to the north across Water Street, you will see the original powerhouse constructed in 1886. The powerhouse provided a steam heating system connected by tunnels to the courthouse. Its 86-foot-high chimney helped provide natural air conditioning in the summer since air circulated down the chimney and through the tunnels to cool the courthouse. The 27.5-inch thick walls also helped to retain the heat and coolness depending on the season. In the second floor rotunda area, the gray marble in wainscoting and pillars is from Kentucky and costs $3,655. The fresco work in the rotunda was done by an artist named Melnick. Fresco is plaster placed in a mold, dried, removed, applied to the wall, and then hand-painted. The cost for the entire building was $4,500. The second floor hallways feature fruit and vegetables in the fresco work. In the rotunda, armaments of the Indian, Trojan, and Civil Wars are prominently displayed. The beautiful inlaid tile floors throughout the building feature many different patterns. Now let's take the stairs to the third floor. Here, the fresco work becomes even more elaborate, lining the hallways with hunt scenes depicting pheasants, ducks, and dogs. Here you will also find fresco side panels highlighting horticulture, astronomy, and the arts. The center rotunda features fresco busts representing the people of the world, the American Indian, Europeans, Asians, and Africans. Some stories depict the Europeans as King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. The stained glass rotunda ceiling was hidden until the restoration in the 1970s because 6 feet of pigeon droppings had accumulating, allowing no light to shine through. Until 1897, the bell rope hung here. The bell rang out when a verdict was about to be announced so that the townspeople could come and watch. The time has come to enter the most beautiful room in the entire courthouse, the courtroom. The courtroom boasts elaborate woodwork around the windows and doors. Perhaps the most eye-catching decoration in the courtroom is the shallow dome constructed of stained glass. Before the 1970s restoration, one judge tells that when he was bored with a particular case, he used to watch the birds fly in and out of the dome. Many beautiful fresco wall designs are in the courtroom. They are mostly oval in shape with artistic carvings surrounding them. The courtroom, as well as every corner in the new courthouse, used to sport shiny brass spittoons. 72 spittoons were purchased for the entire courthouse to help prevent people from spitting tobacco on the new floors. Almost everything in the courtroom comes from the original furnishing of the courthouse in 1888. Furnishings original to the courtroom include the jurors' chairs, the clerks' and bailiffs' desks, the lawyers' tables and chairs, the handrails separating the spectators from the court area, and the audience folding wood chairs. The hand-carved rosewood judge's bench is also original. The Miami County Courthouse and the Safety Building are the homes to many of the county government services, including the commissioners, the Board of Elections, the auditor, the courts, the engineer, the sheriff, and many more. The 3-member Board of County Commissioners forms the main administrative body of the county. All 3 members have equal power. As of January 1st, 2021, the 3 Miami County Commissioners are Greg Simmons, Ted Mercer, and Wade Westfall.
Hello, my name is Greg Simmons, and I'm president of the Miami County Board of Commissioners. I want to say that being a president doesn't really mean all that much in here because we rotate. Next year, Ted will be the president. The year after that, Wade will be the president. So we just kind of rotate. I just happen to be the president this year. But I wanted to talk for just a minute about the responsibilities of the Miami County Commissioners. One of the most important things is we're the fiscal financial manager of the whole county. And what that means is that we have a budget that we work within. Outside the roads and bridges, we have a budget of $38 million, $173,349.27. That's our budget that we're going to work within in 2021. And if you used to include the roads, the bridges, and the ditches, and different things like that, it goes up drastically to $106,475,557.95. And so that's the budget to run a county. And the other things is we have hearings in this room here, and we have hearings and rulings on annexation, road petition, zoning application, drainage improvements. If you live in the country, there's ditches out there, and we also improve the ditches. We have water and sewer districts, and we provide for solid waste disposal. And many students feel that the county commissioners have authority over everyone, but we don't. There's a lot of different elected officials. Ted and I are elected on presidential years, and or no, it's Wade and I. Wade and I are elected on presidential years, and Ted is elected on governor years. That way, every 2 years, there's different commissioners running for office. And one of the things that there is several different people that answer to us. We actually have 400 employees that answer directly to the county commissioners, and those is from the Animal Shelter, Communication Center, which is 911, Department of Development, Emergency Management Agency, or EMA, Job and Family Services, Maintenance Department, Sanitary Engineer, and the Transit. And so, and each one of us is put on a board, and I'll have them explain what boards they're on. I'm on the Community Corrections Planning Board, Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission out of Dayton. I'm on the Miami County Drug Coalition. I'm on the EMA and Terrorism Committee and the Juvenile Court Rehabilitation Board. But that's just some of the things that we do, and we come together, and actually we really get along fine, and we don't, we can disagree on something, and we can even vote no on something in here, and the others vote yes, and if we get 2 yes votes, 1 no vote, it goes through. And does that mean that the guy that voted no is going to be mad at us at the end of the day? We've already decided we're going to be friends no matter what, and we don't have to agree on everything. So that's kind of a real quick synopsis of what a county commissioner does.
Hi, I'm Ted Mercer. I'm County Commissioner. I've been County Commissioner now 2 years, and I'm also attended Troy City Schools. I attended Culbertson Heights Elementary, Cookson School Elementary, Edwards School, Van Cleve, which at the time was the junior high school when I was in school, and then Troy High School. So I love Troy schools. Welcome to Miami County, and one of the structures that we have sitting outside here is our Miami County Courthouse, which I believe is the most iconic and historic structure that we have here in the county. One thing that we've done recently, we've renovated our plaza area, the outdoor area. We have a new water feature. The water feature, water can be colored different colors, blue, green, whatever color we'd like the water to look like, we can turn it that color. The fountain Also has some limestone columns in the center. Those columns represent our original jail. They're actually wall stones from our original jail that was built in 1854. So we try to continue to do the historic things around here to keep our courthouse culture the same as it progresses. Now, one other thing that we have is we have a new lighting system here at the courthouse. And some of you may have noticed that we can turn the courthouse red, white, and blue. We can turn it green and red for Christmas. The red, white, and blue is probably going to be seen more than others. We do that on Election Day. We do that on Memorial Day, 4th of July. We can also turn it orange. I don't know if you noticed, but last year we turned it orange during Halloween. One thing I failed to mention about the fountain: bring your mother and father up, bring a coin, bring a penny, bring a nickel, and throw it in the water of our fountain. I think you'll really enjoy that. And also, we have some rocks out there, stones, large stones. There's 4 of them out there. They're called turtleback rocks. And you might say, why are they called turtleback? Because they look like the shell of a turtle, and they're worth seeing. So that's another reason to bring mom and dad up here. One thing also I'd like for you to notice is some of our statues on the courthouse. The one that's on the dome is Lady Justice. Lady Justice, if you look closely, she's blindfolded, because in everyone's mind, justice is blind. There's also a sword that she carries. That sword is a sword of truth. And then in her other hand is a scale like a scale that you would weigh things or measure things. And that scale is even. It's a scale of justice. So please come up and see our courthouse, see the inside, see the outside. And I know it's very difficult during this pandemic to come out and visit places, but when this is all over, one of these days we will have a victory over this pandemic. And when we do, come up and enjoy our plaza. Thank you.
Go.
Hi, my name is Wade Westfall, and this is my actually technically second term. I'm the newest one of the member of this board. 30-some years ago, I had the privilege of serving in my mid-20s as Miami County Commissioner, and have had the opportunity to come back, and it's truly an honor to be able to serve not only you as the kids in school, but also your parents. As both commissioners said, this is a very iconic building that you have at the courthouse, and this is the chambers of the Miami County Courthouse, or the Miami County Safety Building, where we actually do the work of Miami County government. We have a number of elected officials in this facility. We've got the clerk of courts, the auditor, the recorder, the treasurer, the prosecutor, the sheriff, so don't get in trouble. You might have to see him. We've got juvenile judge, common pleas court judges, and of course, the Miami County coroner. I really would like to encourage you to get involved in your school, get involved in your community, see what you can make better. If you will step over here, I'd like to show you. This is all the elected officials, all the Miami County commissioners that have served from 1807 to present date. So there's a lot of history here on this wall. There's a lot of history in your Miami County government.
I hope you enjoyed learning about the Miami County Courthouse. Don't forget to stop in for a visit the next time you are in downtown Troy.